Subscribe for the very latest.
Bye, Daddy.
Call room. More than a podcast.
I just sit in my room and just, turn something on. Like I remember when I listened to Marvin Gaye for the first time. I'm like, wow, like this dude was ahead of his time, bro. Like,
yes, he was.
I was in college.
Ooh.
Like,
ooh.
I listened to, when I listened to Sade for the first time. When I listened to
Sade.
Al Green for the first time. Like, of course, like at the barbecue, like you always like love it.
Right.
Like, you always,
right.
But like actually sitting down, listening to it, like, listen to a full Michael Jackson album, like
right.
Listen to the full
Off the Wall. You gotta listen to Off the Wall.
Off the Wall is my day.
That's a great. I'm gonna tell you why Off the Wall is a great album, because Trimmer's a Thriller guy, right? He's Thriller.
No,
right?
I'm a bad guy. Bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Bad is dope.
So, but the
dope.
greatest thing about Thriller, Off the Wall, is that it's a space and time where you'll never get that Michael Jackson again, right? Because he's fresh. He's coming from doing the Jackson 5, or when they transform to the Jacksons, right? So he's fresh off that, right? So he's a hungry Mike. He's somebody. He's ready to take over the world, but he's still like what, 20?
20. I think he was
19
20,
somewhere.
21. He's in the school somewhere. Yeah.
Right. So he's fresh. He's ready. He's coming from Motown University. Coming from Motown, and he's with Quincy Jones. He's just getting with Quincy Jones, right?
Yeah.
So now it's that in between, and he still got his original nose. So right.
I know. The joke.
When you hear it, it's a style for Mike, because Mike was really he was really wanting to be bigger than everybody. So you get this sound that you're never going to hear from Mike again, because in this album, it's fused with disco and like R&B, right? So because he wanted to be the king of pop, he got nominated. I think he won best R&B album that year.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't want it. He got mad because he think he's bigger than R&B, right? So now you get Bad, right?
You get Thriller. You
get Thriller.
I feel you in on Bad though. I feel you definitely in on Bad.
But you start to get the bigger records, but these albums, these songs from Mike on Off the Wall, you're gonna never get them again, man. He was just and I heard that he on the album. Shout out to people. Album, I miss albums, but on the album, I heard he wrote. I think he had wrote out like what he wanted to do. I think they got like this special edition album where he writes out that his goals in life and what he wants to do. He wanted to be one of the greatest actors of all time. He wanted to have the biggest label of all time. But this is the Mike you get, the Mike that really was hungry. And not to say he wasn't hungry on the other ones, but this is where the hunger starts. So that's why I like Off the Wall.
Yeah, the reason why I like Bad is because Michael Jackson actually produced Bad. Like, so there was two different ways how they produced Bad. Quincy let Michael Jackson write and produce everything on himself. So he went to in his home. He had his own crew. They called them, I think, the Team B, Studio Team B. They produced everything, produced everything in his own home, and then he took it to Quincy, which they called themselves Studio Team A, and they put the polish on it. But Bad was where you started hearing like a lot of different. He started experimenting with a lot of different types of sounds and everything that really wasn't going on as much in his other stuff. Like that's where he came out with stuff like Liberian Girl, Bad itself. It sound different, like sonically. So that album was the reason why I like it so much. It was a big change from what he was already producing. But you hear
They're changing
more,
music too.
Yeah, you
He
hear
changed the
more.
landscape with that.
You hear more Michael in that. So that's my whole big thing. That's why I like Bad.
Deep in the rap, graffiti, break dancing, DJ and B-boy stance, MCing. I harness those artifacts, collecting data of the transitions like an almanac. Hip-hop ain't dead, these young boys different, adapting. Over time, every day the world's spinning. Let's celebrate the fact we still winning, we global. Kids from the projects became moguls. Real to real track boards to Pro Tools, vinyls, cassettes, and the tape decks, CDs. Now you can stream your music to the consumer direct and get most of the check. I'm noble.